Charles Blackman the First, born 1748 in Ep6, Hampshire, England. He was one of 5 siblings. He married Mary WILMOTT. This far back, the records do not indicate her birth date or birthplace, although with the English-sounding name, it's reasonable to think she was born in England as well. Together, they would have at least one child. It's 1750. Charles's mother passes away at age 44. He is only one. 1767, his father passes away when Charles is 18. Around this time in England, population was booming, and the world was becoming even more civilized. Landmark legislation included the Westminster Paving Act of 1765, required streets to be equipped with pavement, drainage, and lighting. The street lighting of England was more extensive than in any other city in Europe, something which amazed foreign visitors to the capital in the late 18th century. Following that success, houses were to be numbered, and building requirements were made for new housing, sought to eliminate rampant jerry-building and shoddy construction work. This Building Act accounts for the remarkable uniformity of terraced housing and squares in London built in the following decades. A phenomenon of 18th century London was the coffee house, which became a popular place to debate ideas. Growing literacy and the development of the printing press meant that news became widely available. It's 1778. Charles marries Mary at age 29. Although only one child is listed in these records, it is fair to assume our bride and groom may have had more children than history suggests. That same year, his older sister, Martha, who helped raise him, passes away. Charles is born the following year. It's 1780. London was rocked by the Gordon Riots, an uprising by Protestants against Roman Catholic emancipation led by Lord George Gordon. Severe damage was caused to Catholic churches and homes. 285 rioters were killed. The rioting took place over several days, motivated by this anti-Catholic sentiment. They began with a large and orderly protest against the Papist Acts of 1778, which was intended to reduce official discrimination against British Catholics enacted by the Property Act of 1698. Lord George Gordon, head of the Protestant Association, argued that the law would enable Catholics to join the British Army and therefore plot treason. The protest led to widespread rioting and looting, including attacks on Newgate Prison and the Bank of England. It was the most destructive riots in the history of London. Edmund Burke, Irish philosopher and British statesman, later recalled the riots as a dangerous foretaste of the French Revolution. His words are quoted here. "Wild and savage insurrection quitted the woods and prowled about our streets in the name of reform, a sort of national convention. Knows it Parliament in the very seat of its authority sat with a sort of superintendence over it, and little less than dictated to it not only laws, but the very form and essence of legislature itself." Years later, although how many is not known, Charles would pass away sometime around 1800, the birth of a new century, if he lived to see 50 years old.